This episode is brought to you by Michigan Economic Development Corporation. In Michigan, you can have both a rewarding career and a quality lifestyle, with plentiful career opportunities in world-changing, innovating industries, from electric vehicles to clean energy to biotech, with room for advancement no matter where you are in your career. Plus, Michigan offers a welcoming, beautiful, affordable, and inclusive community for all. Live your best life. You can in Michigan. Visit themichiganlife.org.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories. I'm your host, Daniel Hill. I'm trying to get better about Saturday episodes. To be honest with you, a lot of Saturdays during the pandemic, I've just been laying on the couch and catching up on all the Marvel movies that I've seen a billion times. So really, I can make more episodes. I just need to get in the mindset. That's not 100% accurate. Sometimes on the weekends, my wife and I do create content for other platforms. We enjoy making videos for TikTok and Reels, and so we do that on weekends instead. But anyway, let's get into today's show. I wanted to play the second half of a clip with Kristin George, who's Director of Product Management at Instagram, and I like to affectionately call her my future boss. We haven't met, she doesn't know I exist yet, but I feel that I've worked in the product space for a little bit now and I know quite a lot about Instagram. Anyway, here's the clip of her on Cheddar talking about the Instagram shopping experience and what they're looking to accomplish.
When it comes to the shopping feature, I know that's something that Instagram has been trying to innovate and update throughout this process. But shopping, no doubt, a big monetization unit for you within your business. What is next when it comes to the shopping feature, and what's some of the data that you can share with us in terms of its popularity?
Yeah, so shopping, commerce in general, happens in a bunch of different ways. So what we find is that creators are great at recommending products to people. And if you look at this general trend that's happening in the market, which is a shift from really big companies and big brands into sort of the democratization or the long tail of small little small businesses coming to life and really creating niche products, what people are finding is that they need someone to recommend products in order to get them over that hurdle to purchase a good. So if you think about branded content in that ecosystem, it's just creators recommending products to people and people then being influenced by that creator to go purchase. Or you think about pretty rampant affiliate behavior that's happening on our platform via third parties. And then if you were to extend that all the way up the chain and say somebody like Kylie Jenner is starting to create her own beauty brands and to use Instagram as a place to sort of move merchandise or sell products, this is just an obvious extension of the behavior that's happening on our platform today. And we're really trying to lean into that. So we, in live rooms, you actually have the ability to pin multiple different products. We've seen a lot of beauty influencers come onto live in the last 24 hours, and they're really trying on makeup with 3 of their friends, and they're selling products while they do it. So it's just been a real unlock for that. It's a mix of media and commerce at once.
Okay, there's a lot there to unpack, but I really want to say that from the outset, I personally underestimated how I thought people would buy using the Instagram shopping experience. I based that from my own way of purchasing clothes, which is to go on Amazon or go to Target and look at the clothes that they have on the rack and then see if they fit and buy them. However, many people make decisions based on what they see people they admire wearing, using, buying, whatever. And I think that's a really important differentiation. Plenty of people buy that second way, not like me. And so I underestimated how I thought Instagram shopping would be. I still think that too many products on Instagram shopping are way overpriced for a reason that I have not figured out yet. Obviously, Instagram takes a cut of the purchase price, but still, doesn't need to be that much overpriced. Anyway, here's the rest of the clip of Kristin George, Director of Product Management at Instagram, talking about what's been happening in Australia with respect to news and if that could potentially affect Instagram.
I got to ask you about what happened in Australia, the Facebook ban that we saw essentially on traffic to news sites there just a few weeks ago that was then lifted and restored. Could that potentially impact Instagram at all in other countries?
Yeah, I think we're seeing just a bunch of trends happening. So there's a big privacy trend that's happening. There's also a big trend, and this is really near and dear to my heart, thinking about creators and making sure that creators get a lot of credit for their work. When you think about content distribution and anyone being able to distribute content, what we're trying to find is a way to identify that content and make sure that the people who own that content get the value when their content is being distributed. So we're thinking about this in a lot of different ways. But if you think about that on top of the collab culture trend, what we're finding is that a bunch of people are creating content together, and we don't have a great way today of saying, how do we divvy up the payment on this piece of content that was created by multiple people or created by somebody and distributed by someone else. And that's all part of the same trend.
All right, Kristin, George, we got to leave it there. Great to get your take this afternoon. Kristin is the Director of Product Management at Instagram. Thanks again.
Okay, that's it for today's show. Come back on Monday for the next episode of the Instagram Stories. On Monday, we consider what head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, shared on his Ask Me Anything story on Friday. So come back for that, because he actually drops some tips for what small business owners should do to grow their Instagram account. So come back on Monday and check that out. Thanks for listening.